So this is what they got today here at my local Target. And as you can see, still the big Godzilla Final Wars, the 12-inch one, and a lot. Lots of Rodans. And more Godzilla Final Wars. We're all ready. Oh, hello there. So, as you can see, got another package here with us today. So, let's go ahead and see what's inside. Alrighty, that takes care of that. Just gonna set this down. And we got bubble wrap. And the figure, but more bubble wrap. Okay, I think that's enough of the bubble wrap now. But let's go ahead and move on. Alright, and the moment you've all been waiting for. The figure. Plus background sound of a dog barking in the distance. But here he is. Let's go ahead and take this closer. We got Godzillasaurus. Here's the card that came with it. So again, everyone, stay tuned for a future review on this guy. So again, there we got the card. Oof. And there we have Godzillasaurus. Alright, let's see what we got going on next. So, as you can see here on the table, we have one Mothra over here, and we have another Mothra over here. So we have the Monsterverse Mothra and the Toho Mothra, or the Heisei or the 90s era Mothra here with us on the table. So, what we got going on here is we gotta glue some stuff on. So for here, for the 2019 Mothra, so as you can see, the figure, as this whole part is fine, but for this, the wings, they are not fine. As you can see, when I tried placing them on the inside, as you can see here, why it has the holes at the sides. So in my case, when I placed it on at one point, I guess it just accidentally snapped. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. And if you have this Mothra of this figure, just be careful when placing on the wings, because otherwise this could happen to you and they'll snap off. And as for this Mothra, the bigger one, unfortunately one of the antennas came off. And you can see where the rest of it is still inside, and the only thing that sucks now is that when I super glue it back on to Mothra's head of this antenna, it's permanently going to be stuck the way how it is. So I gotta make sure when I place it, it's, well, pretty much at a good spot. But yeah. So let's probably start with this one first. So again, safety first, because again, this is super glue, and I'll get to that reason in a second of safety. Okay, so super glue that I'm using here, you can see right now, and here's the warning on this super glue. And on the back side here, again, more caution. So where the gloves come in is, as you can see right here, avoid eye and skin contact. Avoid it and use a well-ventilated area. So for eye contact, flush with water for 15 minutes. Call a physician. For skin contact, or if spilled on clothing, flush with large quantities of water. Keep out of reach of children. So here to open, we're gonna go ahead, twist it, and there we have it. And to use the super glue, you just squeeze right here of these two blue pressing buttons. So already with how I initially wanted to try to do this, I would say that I think it'd be maybe easier to just do one at a time. So, sorry about that. It's kind of windy right now because I'm outside. So, hopefully everything will stay. So, let's see. Which one should get glued in first? So, I thought about this one first. And ideally that sticks on more best. But for this one, I feel like if I do this one second, it would kind of be hard to tell because it doesn't really stay well in place like the first right here on the left side. So like here, like even if I just placed it, that happens. But whereas if I feel like I place this one on, I mean it's more inside, I feel like, and it's more, you can tell it's aligned well with where it should be placed. So we'll go on ahead and super glue this part first. So don't want to use too much, but just enough. Okay. Sure, it's all good. Okay, I think we are ready. So go ahead, put that in there. Hurry up, grab the other one. So I'm hoping ideally that the glue reached to the other side, but I'm just holding it for now to give it time to stay. So hopefully that's good. Okay, so that, I don't think it reached, so we'll go ahead and put a little bit on this one real quick. Okay, let's go ahead, pop that in. And hopefully this super glue will help it stay in place on Mothra this time. Oof, you already tell it's already getting sticky super glue. So looking at it from just the sides and all, I think it's all in there pretty well. So hopefully this does the trick. Alright, we will come back to this one. Alright, so now let's go take a look at the bigger Mothra. Alright, so now when we place on the antenna for Mothra, let's just go ahead and put that one there. Okay, so when we place it on, because again this is the SH Monster Arts Mothra figure, and it did come, okay, so a little backstory how this broke. So if you're familiar with the SH Monster Arts Mothra, the one that comes with also the Mothra larva, And I'm not too sure because I haven't seen what accessories if you just get the Mothra alone. But with the Mothra larva, it comes with Mothra special beam effects that go on the antennas. And unfortunately, when trying to take off those special beam effects that go on to Mothra's antennas, for this side, it did not want to come off, so accidentally gave it too much pressure and force and snapped it off. And luckily for this one, it stayed on when I took off. Can't remember if I took off this one first or this one first, but that's all in the past now. So let's go ahead and try to fix this. So I think I will put some on Mothra's head first and then attach the antenna. Okay, so I don't want to leave it too high up and not too far down, so I think maybe like right about there. Alright, let's see how this goes. Just a teeny tiny bit of super glue. Okay. Hopefully I can get this right. Wow, this is not as easy as I thought it would be. Come on. Alright, well, hopefully holding like this for a few moments, it'll stay. Yep, it's definitely getting there to stay on. So we'll do this for good measure, just putting a little bit. Hopefully it'll help it stay. Come on. Okay. Work it. Okay. Alrighty. And then a little bit on this side. Okay. So looks like it's stuck to the head of Mothra. And not too bad of the placement. So kinda happy with that, at least. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, we will come back to see how they both are doing. Maybe if they're in the sun, maybe that'll help. I don't know. We will see. course, once you're done using the super glue, go ahead, put it back on and put it away in a safe spot. So once they're done drying, setting, the glue has set, in other words, we'll come back and see how well they are, and after this we'll go on ahead and take a look at what I did for the diorama that I added for the background and another little piece. So we'll be back. Alright everyone, so as I mentioned earlier in last week's vlog, so you remember those cutouts that I did from an old, and by the way, yes, that was an old science project, environmental science project from my environmental class. But anyway, that's besides the point. So what I did was I cut off the sides and I made these triangular stands. So ideally it was going to be so that way that this backdrop here for the diorama, that it would sit behind, like leaning against this. But I figured that trying that out, it kind of falls too far back. So since here you can see that it would lean this way, slanted this way, but if I leaned it this way, it would be a little bit more straighter. This one, well, was a little bit different, but I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. So yeah, and again, hopefully you guys can see that, but and again, it's pretty much like a two-in-one backdrop, where here you got the city, the third piece would go in the middle, but that one's inside for right now. But the whole purpose of why I attached them to this is so you can see the clouds of the sky. So, oh my goodness. So, if I go ahead and do this, so, I mean, ideally, right now, for now, it's staying on there. Let me go ahead and see. So, yeah, it's pretty much holding up there kind of well. But, yeah, ideally, this is the purpose of making them like this. So that way it'll look like, well, at the front here. So if I wanted to pull out one of the dioramas, I can just go ahead, place them on a flat surface like a table, and there we have it. And there we have it, where we got the diorama. And an update on these Mothra figures. So yeah, they're fixed now thanks to the super glue. And right now we're gonna go on ahead and do another little stop motion test really quick, so you guys can get the idea of right now with the SH Monster Arts Mothra. So again, another little sneak peek of what I don't include today. a finishing of like the final touches. You'll see the final look of this stop motion test on Monday for, and as you can see there, the Mothra larva, also with the Mothra adult form. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. Well, everyone, we're at the end of the vlog for today, and here with me at this time I got Tfzvlog Jr. here with me on the set of the diorama, the island, and just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the Tfzvlog channel. That means a lot to the both of us, and we hope to continue growing from here moving forward, and we appreciate all those who are subscribed to the channel, and we hope to see more people adding on to the Tfzvlog channel. And again, like I said, got some ideas of what's to come, especially trying to get back into the habit of using the dioramas more, so especially with the second diorama, the ocean one, so stay tuned for when I'll be using that diorama, the ocean one, soon. And it's kind of crazy of how things turned out in the span of these, well, in the span of a week, how we jumped from 200 to over 300, almost to 400 by the time probably after this video is done. And again, we appreciate all those who enjoy the videos and are subscribed to the channel, and on our end we'll continue making awesome content for you to watch. Alright, Tfzvlog Jr., I'll leave you to it to close out on the video. I gotta go put together and edit this one right now, so if you have anything left to say, go on ahead and let our viewers know. Alright, I'll come back for you.